Hey guys, back with our wrap up of E3 2018 winners and losers. Nintendo. So this will round out the big three. Nintendo's up next. What did you guys think of the Nintendo press conference?
I feel like they really like Smash. That's what I thought about it. It was like
Everybody really
it's
likes
a great
Smash.
game.
Yeah, it
Come
is.
on.
But it was like 40 minutes for Nintendo, and it was like half of it was Smash.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
was like, I appreciate that.
I hear Nintendo. All you remember is Smash because they gave such little time to the other games and such epic time to Smash that's what stands out. And honestly, it is pretty ultimate that the freaking version, like what, 60 characters? I'm always complaining about how
Over
fighting
60,
games
yeah.
kind of give us fewer and fewer characters. Here comes Smash Ultimate with an insane amount of characters.
Amazing roster.
Every freaking character ever. I'm no good at Smash. I'm not gonna claim I'm a
It's
big.
fun, though.
I've
Like-
played them all. I've only played here and there when other people force me into it because they want to kick my ass. But I do have fun when I play. So that's strong. That's a strong title. However, it is kind of a reboot or a remake, just enhanced in many ways.
Yeah.
But it's not. They're not reinventing the engine, and I don't think it's necessary to.
It's
sort
not.
of,
They've improved the graphics quality like
yeah, and that's,
exponentially. Though.
Yeah.
Like absolutely crazy.
yeah, the graphics look better. But that's actually not what we started. So let's start the show. Start the show with Damon Cross Machina, which is a 2019 mech game. Looks interesting. Has good
Could be.
good
Yeah.
rock music. But not much was shown in terms of gameplay. It just had a trailer for it. Moving on, we had Xenoblade Chronicles 2, which is DLC content coming out September. What's going on? We need to play the. We need to play
You
Xenoblade
do.
Chronicles.
The thing is,
2.
you need to be understanding the game's like 400 hours long.
Oh shit!
There
that's
is
right.
so much to do in that game. I had
Yeah, yeah.
friends who started playing the day it came out, and they just finished the last week or two. And they were playing like 8 hours a day. Like there is a ludicrous
there-
amount of content in that game.
That gets your money's worth. So even more content coming soon for that game September. So that's good. Then they did Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. Let's go. And honestly, I'm excited for this. I was hoping for a full-fledged new next generation Pokemon game.
Yep.
This kind of is a half measure thing.
Yeah.
I mean, but it is a full brand new
It is
game.
a brand new game, yeah.
So I don't think we're getting a Pokemon game for a while because this is going to supplement that. And so
Definitely.
that's kind of disappointing. And
They've
what they
also been-
show, it didn't really show it off in the best light possible. It feels like this should have already been out, or this isn't really the one you're waiting for. However, if
I
you
feel
want...
you on that.
Yeah, but if you watch the Treehouse afterwards, where they're actually playing the game with the developers and talking about it, it looks a lot freaking better than I
It
thought
does,
it
yeah.
did. And it's got integration with Pokemon, Go, which don't play anymore, but I used to play. So that would probably be another reason for me to go and play it. And what else? What else did they show? They showed a new
Mario Party.
No. For Pokemon.
Oh, for Pokemon.
Pokemans.
They had the Pokeball thing.
Oh, Pokeballs.
The Pokeball thing. That was cool.
It is, but still.
It's a gimmick, but it's cool.
It is a gimmick, but I'm still not sold though. Like
Neither
honestly,
am I, but
You're not sold on what? The Pokeball or the Pokemon? Or the
on
Switch?
The Switch, because I'm still having fun with my
Oh.
DS. Right
Oh,
now.
God.
I still need to finish my.
Oh, wow, Joe. The Switch is on fire right
It is.
now. I'm
It's
surprised
great.
you're not sold on it. But no, I get you.
Like this new titles that are coming out, it seems cool. I'll wait. Maybe I'll get a used one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
But I'm not in
good.
a hurry to buy one.
I'm not sure how many used Switches there are. There gotta be, kids. You're on
Maybe.
restriction. I'm gonna turn your console in because,
Yep.
shit is hot right now.
This is kind of what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I
This
don't
is exactly what I'm talking about. I
really
still
use
have
my
fun with my DS.
Yeah, but Joe, that's because I have so many games to get through. If I
I'm in the
was a
same boat,
Nintendo
man.
fan, I would be
the
super
same
happy
boat.
with the Switch. No, I'm trying to convince you that Nintendo's actually doing a lot better job with the Switch than I thought that they would.
Yep.
And it's blowing the Wii U out of the water. Wii
Oh,
U,
yeah.
what the fuck is
Yes.
the Wii U? Yeah. And it's constantly getting new games to the online store PS4. The only thing they can do is a little better on is like the retro stuff. You know, they could do a lot. Jim Starling's been talking about that. But yeah, so Switch is sweet, and I'd play it a lot more if I had more time because they do have exciting games. Moving on to the most exciting for me from this press conference, Super Mario Party, man. I love the party games. And yeah, and the last one had this sort of Bowser thing, and it was kind of different, and it changed up the rules, and that was fun for that time. But it's good to seemingly go back to what makes Super Mario Party, or Mario Party, Mario Party. And the mini games look cool, and then you got this like multiple screen stuff now, where if you have multiple switches, you can create a bigger playing field. But none of you motherfuckers have a Switch, so I ain't gonna. Y'all just gonna be fucking using
I'll
mine.
buy it whenever you start using this more.
Well,
fair.
for Mario Party, I'll use it more, and for
like a day.
you know, for a day. Hey, for a few days. All right. Well, we have fun on that. Then they go on to Fire Emblem. This one was confusing because they expected everybody to know what it was just from the trailer alone.
Yep.
Then the ending was like some lady sitting on a throne with like a little design of 6, but I don't even know if that applies. I think it was just a design. I was like, what the fuck game is this? It says spring 2018 or 19. I don't remember.
That's
And
cool. Something's
I was
coming.
like, I guess it's Fire Emblem. It's Fire Emblem. But they should have fucking put the title there for somebody who's just coming into the Fire Emblem
Yeah, I had
series
no
or
idea.
something like that. Yeah, see?
I had no clue. Yeah.
But in this one, they're using like troops and formations and stuff. In addition to the arrows running around and having their own attack capabilities, now they're rolling with a retune, or I'm not
Retinue,
sure.
yeah.
And so that looks sweet. And I love strategy games, and that's one that I screw around with when I go on trips on the plane.
Is it like one of those old tactic games?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a Final
It's-
Fantasy Tactics.
It's
or something
good,
like
so
that. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that one. That was a strong one. They went and announced that right now on your Switch you can play Fortnite, of course.
Everything's gonna have Fortnite.
No, I'm not gonna.
There's gonna be more Fortnite.
I'm never gonna play Fortnite, Joe, ever, because you said that you're talking about Battle Royale too damn much, and PUBG. I'm never playing these fucking games, and then they pay me, and then I play it. No, I don't.
You know what though?
I do probably want to eventually try. I can't believe I'm saying this because I've been
Wait,
resisting it for so long.
I was in the same boat.
I
dude.
don't want to play it because everybody else plays it, and it just feels like this cheap way to get views and to get popularity, and it's
But
not.
it's popular for a reason. Like,
Exactly.
that's
So
the
that's why I
thing.
need to
Yeah.
look at it in a different way, Joe. Yes, millions and millions of people playing it, but they're not brainwashed
No,
by
they're not. It's just
marketing.
fun.
It's
Yeah,
fun.
It's just fun.
It's fun. It's quick. You can
I
get
mean,
into
so
it.
Daiza is super critical about these sorts of games,
Mm-hmm.
and he is freaking hooked on it now because he says the skill ceiling is so ludicrously high if you're good. There's no matchmaking, so you're always playing against people who are
Well,
like good or
if the
worse than you.
see that is a discouragement for me, at least
Oh,
on
no,
the
not at all.
Fortnite side, because
Especially
with
the
the skill
building.
ceiling, building in addition to fighting, when we're fucking
Oh, you
artificially
gotta, yeah.
going up a fucking thing while you're building it, while you're shooting, is like, oh shit!
But luckily, 99% of people that play the game are stupid, and you can just shoot them.
You shoot him and kill him. Well, you're not gonna win a match because there's gonna be one of those
You're
mega
gonna have
guys
one or
in there
two
like
guys,
Ninja
but
and
you'll
shit.
still. It doesn't
Little.
matter. There's no discouragement
still have
for
fun.
winning or losing. Yeah,
Right.
It does
Okay.
not matter at the end of the day.
Guys, I think this year
You try it?
I might eventually have
This
to
year,
try it.
yeah.
We'll do
We'll
it.
squad
Angry
up.
Joe plays Fortnite or something like that.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, it's available on Switch right now, and I gotta stop hating on Battle Royale.
You can hate on most of them, but there's a few that are
I mean,
good.
I've dabbled in that, and when we went to DreamHack and I saw it on the big stage, it was actually pretty cool for PUBG.
Yeah.
But that could have just been because these were the best teams in the country, and it
That's
was
because there's
and it was commentary,
setup,
and it was
yeah.
a cool setup. When I'm at my home, I'm like, oh.
Then you wait.
Then I wait. All right, moving on. So then they showed a few indie titles. They had like Overcooked 2, which is, I've never played the first one, but I hear
either,
people like
yeah.
it. Killer Bee, which I see at Pinballs. You know, it's a little arcade game.
is a
I'm
little
surprised they managed to get the arcade game experience onto console because there's like, what, 8, 12 players or
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
like that.
It's pretty big.
And so cool. And, you know, I never feel like spending fucking $5 playing that shit because I know it costs a lot or something like that. And
It's
if
like
you
$4
want,
I haven't even
to run
tried
it.
it.
it's like $4, and then you got to get multiple people together. It's hard to get that many people in the arcade these days because
especially for the price too. Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you want to play with random people, and that's fine. So to actually get it on the console and on the Switch, okay, I'm down. I'll play it online, and we'll see how awesome it is. And then there's Octopath Traveler, which is this JRPG, and I've seen it in some other shows. I think we've seen it in the Square Enix show, but and it's got this unique art style. The backgrounds are like blurred, and it's kind of got a little bit of a toy look, but it's got retro graphics.
It's got a neat color palette. I like the colors in it.
Interesting color palette. The demo's out. There's already a demo. There's going to be a new demo, I think, recently. No, that new demo's out, and this thing comes out July 13th, so it's real soon. I'm not into JRPGs, so I don't think I'll review it or anything, but maybe we'll do a little
Nintendo's
look
gonna
at
be
it.
hard, though.
What do you mean?
Yeah, doing anything Nintendo's hard.
That's not Nintendo proper.
Oh, okay.
That's third party, I think. So yeah, it is third party. It's Square Enix, guys. Anyways, after that they did a sizzle reel with lots of stuff. This is hard for me to catch. But here are the highlights for me. Starlink, and they announced Star Fox, which is really cool. So these fucking toys, I actually got my hands on it at the sort of Ubisoft booth.
Yeah.
But they didn't have, Star Fox that you could do there. You have to go to the Nintendo booth in order to get their hands on that. And I didn't end up getting into the Nintendo booth, so I couldn't get my hands on the Star Fox toys. But I'm gonna buy that shit because I love miniatures and I love, and it's pre-painted like our game.
So the question I had about that game was, is it gonna be like an amiibo thing? Because when they first showed that off last year, they were like, oh, to unlock these ships, you have to buy extra shit. And I was like, fuck you. Like, you can't make me pay $60 for a game and then go buy $30 models for in-game fucking ships. No,
and it
fuck
only
that.
works in-game. Well, it's a Spyro thing. It's this amiibo thing.
I
it's
will
a fun
not
little
buy
toys.
into that. Like,
Well,
no.
here's the angle I'm coming from as, an older guy now. I mean, I don't play with toys, but I used to play with toys. And for me as a kid, I'm going to buy those toys anyway because they're fucking sweet. So I'm just going to buy those toys. I'm going to... and then but shit, it also click, blue click, and it has interactivity with the game. Now I understand from a hardcore gamer perspective, you're like, you motherfuckers, give me that shit in the fuck.
But see, I don't know if they've changed that since then. Like, if you can buy the ships without buying the models. But I was worried because it's like, if you're paying full price and then you're expected to pay $30 for ships in a game you just paid full price for, it's like, no, I'll go play something else. I don't have $600.
Yeah, good question. I can't believe I didn't think to ask that. Wow, I'm not doing my job correctly. I think that you can unlock them in the game, though.
I hope so. I really do. Yeah.
So.
All right, guys, intercutting here because I want to do my job the best I can. I want it. So I have an official answer. I asked them via Twitter and email. The senior manager of public relations over there at Ubisoft, I relayed the question, and he says, you can access and finish the full game with just the starter pack, just the game with the toy. The additional physical toys that you can buy separately just add to the player experience and let you get more creative with the little packs that you create and the ships that you create. But and the way you approach the game. But the ships and weapons will be accessible digitally without the need to purchase the physical toys. So no need to worry about that. They thought about that, and so it's a moot point, but it was a legitimate point and something that I didn't ask, but we got figured out for you here. So I'm just as excited. I'll buy the starter set, and I will buy an additional Star Fox toy just because I love freaking Star Fox and toys. So yeah, all right, guys, that's it.
In no world will I ever buy a toy to play something I paid $60
I'll send an email, see if I can get a reply fast enough. Put it in the comments section of this video if I can get a reply. So, but it's a game for kids.
It is,
and when I played it, it is definitely kid oriented. But it's actually really kind of cool. You're flying from planet to planet. It was fun, and then you can either hover right above the ground or fly, and you're fighting bosses, and the bosses have unique attacks and vulnerable points and stuff. But I can see it being a little bit repetitive because you're going from planet to planet, basically doing the same thing over and over. So I'm not like stellarly like excited for it, but I'll be like, I'll play it.
Are you talking like?
I buy a toy or two for display. Definitely Star Fox.
Oh.
So they
Are you talking like a No Man's Sky type of thing where you go planet to planet to planet?
Yeah.
Oh, so it would get repetitive. Okay, well, I'm
But
curious. to see how
these are scripted planets and,
okay.
built planets with stuff on them instead of
just
procedurally
generic,
generated planets.
Okay.
So that was a lot of time devoted to something that Nintendo barely showed, so I can't give them too much credit there. We could talk more about that in Ubisoft. Then DBZ or Dragon Ball Fighter Z is coming, so that's pretty surprising because I'm not really sure how I feel about. You wouldn't be using it like this. You'd have to get the Pro controller in order to get that.
They also showed off that new GameCube controller. They're bringing back the GameCube controller.
Right. And then there's Just Dance is coming. Ark is coming. Wasteland 2 is surprising. That's coming to the console. Yeah. I never played Wasteland 2, and I was curious to whether it was good or not. Have you?
I heard it was good. I just never played it.
Okay,
I never got a chance because they're coming out with 3 soon.
Okay, so that's it for the sizzle reel of lots of different stuff. Yep. And so we move on to the bulk of the show, which is Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. And honestly, we've already talked about it a little bit, and we're excited for it. Yeah. I want to play, and I think all these brand new characters is going to create a metagame that's crazy, man. When you try to have that many characters and somebody will counter somebody else and then somebody be good against this person, man, it seems like a nightmare. Hopefully they have a lot of developers working on this.
It's been a long time. I mean, they've changed enough mechanics, too, with like the air dodging and the dodging stamina and stuff that like the meta is going to shift drastically, and the people that are playing in tournaments, it's going to be crazy to watch.
Golly, I can't believe I forgot it. So they're adding a character that most people were talking about, like that they never think they'd add, but they
Ridley.
Ridley, is it Ridley?
Ridley, yeah.
Who is Ridley?
He's the boss from one of the Metroid games, the giant dragon guy.
Okay, interesting, cool.
Samus's main.
And then isn't like other characters in this now, like a Snake?
Snake's back.
Snake's in it.
He was a long time ago.
Oh, that's
like 8
right.
years
Snake
ago
was in it, so Snake's back. Sweet.
Long time ago.
Okay, man. I am really excited and looking forward to it. So really solid showing from Nintendo with some games, but because it was so short and because it was so Super Smash Brothers Ultimate dominant, I felt like it wasn't as exciting as it could have been. It wasn't as strong as it could have been. It was solid, but not quite strong. So what do you think? What is your final verdict for Nintendo?
Technically, on a technical standpoint, they did great. They didn't have any issues, and I thought that the transitionings were really good and the videos matched up, and they got their editing done and they got it right. So from a hype standpoint, though, depending on how much you were into Smash, because I have friends that went fucking ballistic when they saw the Smash thing. From their perspective, the Nintendo Showcase
killed
was like
it
a 10
and
out
won.
of 10. Yeah. For me, I mean, I can appreciate that they're putting that much effort into Smash. I know the Switch is a huge platform, and they're adding a lot more to it, but they didn't really bring anything new to the table, like crazy revolutionary. I mean, if they would come out and be like, Odyssey 2 or something like crazy like that, or another Breath of the Wild type of thing, it would have been a lot higher. But for me, it ended at about a 7. It was a good conference. It was a good conference. It wasn't a bad conference. It didn't have any issues. And unlike, the other conferences, it didn't have like a huge mind-blowing amount of games. But it was good. And for people that love Smash, it's fantastic.
Yeah, there's really only like 11 big bullet points, and then not counting the sizzle reel. So far fewer than other press conferences. Almost even fewer than the disaster that was Square Enix. But we'll talk about that later. Joe, what would you give Nintendo? How'd you feel about it?
For this I was
is
really
good
hoping,
one for you.
because I was really hoping it would be like, all right, now you convinced me to buy. Well, I just have it. I just took it. He doesn't use it. But I wanted them to convince me to pick up a Switch. But like Del said, there wasn't a lot of games. I'm really excited.
I'd use it more, Joe, if you had your own Switch and we can play Switch together with Pokemon. Let's go! Let's go!
I still need to finish
battle.
my DS.
You remember in fucking middle school with our fucking Game Boys? We can recreate that shit. Yeah, the fucking linker. Joe, I'm telling you, you gotta buy one. What? Waste your money for one game and then never play it again because we're gonna play on mine.
That's what I feel like it's gonna happen.
Because we're gonna play on mine.
I was pretty excited about Smash. That's a great game, but I'm not like overly hyped about it.
Oh yeah, no, you're not going ballistic like some people. It's crazy.
Yeah, and Mario Party, that would be pretty fun too. But if I get my friends to play with me, which is kind of limited at this point right
Yeah.
now. I'm still pretty excited about it. It's still pretty cool showcase. I liked it, but I'm with Dell at a 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
But see, that's higher than you rated that higher than than Sony.
Sony was like a 5.
Yeah, and so it did better than Sony in terms of presentation because we're factoring in. Remember, we're factoring presentation with the games. So for me, the games it was a little light, you know, the only thing I was super excited about is Super Mario Party and Smash. You know, Pokemon, yes. So really 3 games.
Yeah, and
But when you got 3 games, and I have the system already, and everything else that they showed off, it's like, yeah, you're doing your job, great.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like I had felt previous Nintendo press conferences just being much better and being crazy.
They announced
and
stuff
being
like Odyssey and
tons
Breath of the Wild
things.
and all the other games.
Yeah, so it just didn't have that, and Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Since I'm not into that scene and I'm not good at the game, I'm not that excited for it.
Yeah.
I want to play it, but I'm not
if you have it, I'm
overly
gonna buy
hyped.
it, yeah.
And then Super Mario Party is something that we'll play a few times on stream, have a good time, and then we move on. But it's not like none of those mega hitters like Breath of the Wild where you're like, I cannot wait to get this. Oh
Spend
my
hours
god!
and hours.
Exactly right. Pokemon is gonna be cool if you get one. If you don't get one, I'm gonna be like, God damn it, nobody to battle with.
Be all by yourself playing with your balls.
Yeah. So for me, I think Nintendo, man. But I don't think I can rate it higher than Microsoft because Microsoft is showing off 50 games and planting the seeds for the future. And they had their 2 or 3 heavy hitters just like Nintendo had. And because it was so short and because it was so focused on one game that I wasn't, that hyped on, I'm probably going to say, it was an average job. It was an average. And I know your Nintendo fanboy is going to kill me because I'm going to give it a 5. And on my scale, that's average. It's an average, press conference. I'm not all that much more hyped, and I'm not all that disencouraged by what I saw and what's coming for the Switch. But here's how you get Joe to go up to a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for Nintendo press conference. And that would be if they announced stuff like, you know what, we're all community focused now. We're no longer going to come after YouTubers like AngryJoe. And you guys can share as much as you want with your friends. Share everything about Nintendo.
Well, you just gave it a 5, so you know some Nintendo corporate guy's going to watch that and be like, send the ninjas.
Yeah, so the only reason why I gave it a 5 is because I felt like Sony's games were stronger, although its presentation was weaker, and Microsoft's presentation was stronger, though its games were what you expect, just like what you expect for Nintendo. So until you come out with that heavy hitter, maybe Metroid or something like that, or Super Mario like they had last time, it was an alright, guys. Alright, so we dragged this out quite a long time for Nintendo, even though it was super short. Thank you so much for watching, and Nintendo fanboys, go ahead and give the video a downvote, and AngryJoe and Angry Army members and people that love games, give it an upvote. Okay, guys? Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next AngryJoe Show.